Just. You alright, buddy?
Hi, mate, you alright?
Not too bad, so I'll get right into it. Obviously, it's another title fight for you, an Almighty fight in May 28th. I'm a few weeks away from that fight. How are you feeling, buddy?
I'm feeling great. Literally just putting the training in as always. Just can't wait to let it all show in 3 weeks' time.
Yeah, and as well, in terms of the fact you've been very active as of late, and do you think that's something that might play into your hands a little bit? Obviously, it's been a while since we've seen George Reyes yourself. You've been
Mm.
competing actively for a
Oh
while
yeah, I feel
since
like it
that time.
makes a huge difference. Like I know people always like talk about like ring rust and things like that, but I feel like constantly being active, like it does actually play like a big part. Like you get a lot more comfortable, I find, like with with the cage time, with the process when you're always in it. Like I think I've never, like, even since maybe I think August last year, and it was my sort of first of these sort of fights, and just always been fighting since then. Always in camp, always training hard, always having an extra goal that was keeping me motivated. Whereas I feel at the minute, so this is what George's first fighting like a year and a half now. Um, so I think you'll feel it. You'll definitely feel it.
Yeah, and then in terms of the fight as well, with your amateur career, obviously very experienced, you've fought some of the best in your division time and time again. Is that something that you're looking to continue throughout your amateur career before the pro turn comes, or is that something
Oh
that's
yeah,
really entered your mind too much?
yeah, 100%. Like I always go in there to test myself against the best. Like at the end of the day, like I've said this multiple times before, amateur is just that preparation phase before like going to pro. Like you're preparing for pro. Like so to an amateur to be picking your fights and going, oh nah, I don't really fancy him or he might beat me. But like no, just fight the best guys you can fight and get the mat time, and then that's what's going to prepare you to be pro. It's these experiences.
Yeah, and then in terms of the gym that you're training, obviously out of Ace MMA, you've got several champions in there. You've got Shawan,
Yeah.
obviously, two-time champion. Sammy, I'm not sure if he's got a belt. He deserves one at this rate. I'm
He's
waiting for his
not
title
just
shot.
yet, but they're definitely they're on their way for him now, 100%.
And
Um,
then you've got
yeah, keep going, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, and then you've got Shaj as well in terms of being one of probably the best flyweights at the moment that isn't signed to any sort of promotion and can just in terms of that as well. So to train around those sort of people, what's that been like for you as well, especially in your last two camps?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. That I can never like speak about them enough. Like honestly, like I've been training with them for nearly coming up 8 years now, and they're the best guys in the UK for me. Um, Always like just striving to be the best. It's that sort of drive that um like that you're looking for in a team, that everyone's wants to be the best. Everyone's gonna put the work in to be the best, and that helps me put that work in too. Like you get a lot of times of guys who they want to be the best, they want to be good, but they're not willing to put that work in. Whereas these guys will put that work in and extra, and then put it in, like for me and the other guys in the team as well. So it's that team mentality is what I think helps me be the fighter I am. Um, yeah, and you have all these guys, like say, even we've just had Ramadan as well, that we've been speaking about a lot on interviews and podcasts, like Sammy's stuff's been talking about it. But even like through then, they were still coming in to help me prepare for this fight, like doing rounds, pad rounds, extra privates, late night sessions, morning sessions, like constantly coming in to help the guys, as well as we've got Marcus fighting next Saturday as well. So we've got the whole team just putting in the work all the time to help everyone. So it's that selfless mentality that helps the team grow.
Yeah, and as well in terms of the gym, it seems that they share sort of a special bond compared to other gyms, since you obviously have spent a lot of years together. And do you think that's something that's really standing out at the moment in terms of when you look at the Ace MMA? Because usually you say one name, you're able to associate with the rest of you, or
Oh
mention your
yeah,
name. Other people.
yeah, but that's the beauty of the team. Like I feel like you said, like if you mention one name, the rest of us, like, because we're such a tight-knit group, everyone comes to your head. But at the same time, I feel like we're all at that talent or at that level where everyone would know one name. Like, alone, I think we could all stand out as well. We're all that talented that we're known like as individuals, but then we're also known as the team. So it's like that double that double thing that we've got going is yes, we've got the talent and we've got the recognition now, but then we also have that team bondage which puts everyone together and pushes everyone forward as well. So it is a big thing. Like, what the hell is Shawan talking about? I just seen it popping up at the bottom, just Shawan just having a nightmare at the bottom.
and then as well, in terms of this fight, going back to the fight a little bit, in terms of what it is, you said you've got a great mentality towards your amateur career. You don't really see the fights as risks, you see them as great lessons, win or lose. And do you think that's another thing that sort of plays into your hands as well, the mentality that you take into each fight that you have compared to maybe a few other athletes who like to pick and choose a little bit?
Yeah, or like honestly, like especially for this fight, it does make a big difference when you go into that as taking it as an experience. Like I'm going in there to show that I am the best. Like, whoever gets put in front of me, I'm gonna do that. If I always go in thinking, oh, like he might do this, my mentality would be wrong. That's you're putting yourself out there for things to happen. Like, whereas if I go in, like to test myself and show what I can do, like that's when I'm gonna come out on top.
Yeah, and then as well now, I think after this will it be your 13th, 14th amateur bout around that sort of
14th fight, yeah.
14th, yeah. So is the pro scene something that's coming into your mind a little bit now, or are you just taking it in the comes?
Definitely around the corner. Just like, but again, it's that thing. I've said it on so many interviews now. It's that thing like, because I've spent those 8 years with my coaches and my team, they know me better than anyone else. When they say, yeah, look, let's talk about pro, let's go, then it's time to go. Until then, I just keep fighting the best guys at amateur I can fight, keep putting my head down at the gym and just becoming the best fighter I can. You've seen guys like guys who've excelled now in pro by taking their time, like Muhammad Makayev, like his biggest example for it, had what, like 30 amateur fights or something. Now in the UFC, and like only what, his 6th pro fight or something like that. So it definitely, building your experience up in amateur is definitely a big thing, I think.
Yeah, and I know you did mention, obviously, to myself that you had some interesting news to sort of share with everybody. In terms of exclusive, so obviously, is there any sort of information you want to just give out to everybody?
Yeah, so I've also just got an email the other night that I've been selected for the England squad for the Four Nations as well. So again, another big opportunity for me to just gain more experience as an athlete, as an amateur. So big news for me. I really appreciate all the stuff that's been coming through now. It's really starting to show my hard work.
There you go. Well, that's amazing to hear as well. I think Four Nations, in terms of the Four Nations, is the IMAFs then something that you're going to be looking at as well after the Four Nations or something? Because obviously this guy's the list in terms of that sense.
Yeah, I'm just keeping my options open, really. Like, I'm just taking every fight as it comes. At the minute, like, my focus is purely on this fight, on George. Give credit where he's due. He's a tough competitor. Really good competitor, good athlete, good fighter. And I'm giving him that respect and putting that focus on him first. That focus on me delivering the performance that I know I'm capable of, bringing the belt home, and then after that fight, that's when I'll focus on obviously the Four Nations and then what other options we have coming up after that.
Yeah, and then as well, I believe George is another fight that's going to the Four Nations as well. So Do you think maybe that changed from him being an opponent to like a temporary teammate while you're at the Four Nations? Do you think that'll be something that's quite interesting? Or
Yeah,
that
it'll be
you
interesting. Like I said, I've met George a couple of times as well. Like what with like at the trials as well. He's a really nice guy. But again, it's that thing of like, yeah, great guy, but come the cage, come the fight night, like I'm gonna have to go in there and do what I'm gonna have to do to get that belt, and then he's gonna do the exact same. It's a weird thing to describe, but all fighters know exactly what I mean. Like you go in there and you do what you have to do because you're going in there to win. After the fight, yeah, we'll shake hands, have a pint or whatever, and then be ready to be teammates for Four Nations. But until then, this is yeah, my mind is focused completely on winning that fight.
yeah, man.
Just reading the comments there. Sorry. Right.
I think Sammy and Sean are getting a little bit carried away. I think they forgot they're not in the private DMs anymore. But in terms of obviously going on to the Four Nations as well, is there a sort of goal that you've got there? Do you think it's just going to be another great experience for you, or do you have a sort of goal of what you're hoping to have come from that event as well?
So for me, like the goal, I'm not sure if I fully understood the question, but I'll answer it best I can. So for me, the goal, obviously, is to win the tournament. Like over 3 days, my goal with that is to win. Like it's always my goal coming in any fight. Is to win. It's a pure goal. If you don't, I feel like if you don't have the goal of winning, then why are you competing? Yes, like I feel like it will be an experience no matter what, but the goal is to win. That is the truth from that. And then yeah, again, like I've said, win that, then see what the options are. Is it going to be pro? Is it going to be Euros? Is it like the options are endless for me.
Yeah, and then just finally as well, in terms of obviously a fight that's coming up May 28th, you're going to let people know they can get tickets from yourself, and then just shout your sponsors, anyone like that. Obviously, just feel free to go ahead with it.
Yeah, no worries. So obviously, yeah, I've got tickets. So if anyone is wanting tickets for the fight, just drop me a message and I'll sort those out with you. Yeah, so I'd like the first, yeah, straight to the team. So head coach Shaj Hack, constantly putting in the work with me, on top of the sessions as well, same as he does with the other guys. Same with my grappling coach Jordan. Basically all my coaches, all my teammates. I've mentioned them over and over again. Obviously, all my teammates are going mental in the comments at the minute. So if you just tap on any of those profiles and you can check those guys out. We've also big shout out to Marcus Shanks fighting next weekend on Rising Conga. Again, get in touch with him for tickets. This would be a great fight for him, his third fight now. So keep your eye on that. And the last thank you to the coaching academy, my sponsor from S&C. Keep me strong, keep me fit, ready for what's to come.
Yeah, well, there you are. That's everything from me. I really appreciate your time. Sure, it'll be a great fight at May 28th, and then as well, going on to Four Nations. So I appreciate your time, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that, man. Cheers.